your facial expression might be giving you away. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and recently I've talked with some of you who feel that when you interview for a post-military job with civilian employers, something doesn't go right. And I hesitate to call it an anti-military bias or fear of the military. It seems much more like a complete cultural misunderstanding. It's a bit like how the thumbs up gesture is interpreted as an insult in some cultures. And so, with that potential for miscommunication between military and civilians, I got to thinking about a passage from one of my favorite books, Miyamoto Masushie's Book of Five Rings. Masushi was a Japanese swordsman in the early 1600s. He was an extremely accomplished duelist. And the Book of Five Rings is just filled with these insights that when you first read them, they can revolutionize your view of the world. And then, when you think about them more deeply, will you find even more meaning from them. The passage in question today is called Stance in Strategy. At the conclusion of this passage, he says, maintain the combat stance in everyday life and make your everyday stance your combat stance. It's reminiscent of Marine Corps General Mattis, who said, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet. You see, the thing is, these are not just quirky little sayings. They are absolutely universal truisms about the profession of arms that those of us who wear the uniform absorb, but then civilian employers sense and misinterpret. They see you in a combat stance, in a state of readiness, preparing for the unknown. And so I want to draw your attention to another part of Musashi's passage here, particularly where it comes to how you compose your face. In fact, I'm going to talk about this one detail at length. He says, your forehead and the space between your eyes should not be wrinkled. Slightly narrow your eyes, but don't blink. And this is actually a facial pose that you often see in command photos. Relaxed and at ease. And it contrasts with a more focused and concentrating expression where the eyebrows pull in and two vertical wrinkles appear just between them. The Sergeant Major of the Army offers a great example here, or here is General Brown being announced as the new chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In fact, you know that scene in Full Metal Jacket?
So you're a killer?
Sir, yes, sir!
Let me see your war face.
Sir!
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face!
Ah!
Bull! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face!
Ah!
You don't scare me! Work on it!
Private Joker is more scared than scary. See how there's no wrinkle? But in a post-military civilian interview, that concentrated brow can project an angry, disapproving, or critical demeanor that comes across the wrong way. And I'm using General Milley here because as much as he used those kinds of expressions when he engaged with the media, when he talked to Congress, he seemed to have used a different expression. Eyebrows up, no crease between the eyebrows, slight forehead wrinkle. He did not pinch his eyebrows together in front of Congress. So look, if you're going to interviews and you're not getting selected, there probably is more to it than just your facial expression. But don't underestimate just how intimidating you might look to someone who has no idea how our culture operates. Now, if you want to see a mistake that I've seen happen in more interviews than I can count, watch this video.